The Parashat Lech Lecha, we see that when Avram arrived in Eretz Israel, it started to be a very bad situation. It wasn't what to eat. It was a Ra'av in Eretz Israel. It means that it wasn't nothing to eat. So he couldn't stay in Eretz Israel. He had to choose where to go. And the Torah said that Avram decided to go to Egypt, Mitzrayim. And when he decided to go there, when he arrived near of Mitzrayim, he told to his wife Sarah, "Listen, please, tell to everyone, to everybody, that you are my sister, not my wife," because he was afraid that they are going to kill him to take his wife, because she was very nice, very beautiful woman. And he said, "If you tell you are my sister, I'm going to be in life, as I'm not going to kill me." And also, said the Pasuk, "Lema'an yitavli ba'avorech," they are going to do something good for me. And Rashi explained, they are going to give me present, because if they took you, they were going to take you to be the wife of the king, of somebody important, as I'm going to get present. So it looks like that Avraham Avinu wants to get present from people. But if we just continue a bit the parasha, when Avraham separated from Lot, and it was a war between 4 kings and 5 kings against 4, and in this war, the 5 kings lost the war, and Lot, they took Lot Shavui to be a prisoner by the kings who was stronger. So Abraham decided to go to fight with those kings, and Baruch Hashem, Abraham killed them and took back all the people that they took prisoner. And when the 4 kings who was prisoner of the 5 came to Avram, and they told him, "Thank you, Avram, for what you did," and they wanted to give him from what all the lot of things that they took in the war. And Avram said, "No, I don't want to get from you nothing, because Hashem promised me that He's going to do me rich." And Rashi explained that it will come from Hashem, and not, it's not coming from Hashem through people, but straight from Hashem will come, that I will be rich. So for that he didn't want to accept to get present. So why in the beginning he's waiting for present, and now he doesn't want to get present? Second thing we have to know, that really when they took him, Sarah, the king of Mitzrayim, Malach angel came and told the king of Mitzrayim, "If you are not giving back Sarah to her husband, it will be very bad for you." So when he went to Avram, he said, "I didn't know that it's your wife." He gave Sarah back to Avram. He gave him also money, and he gave him 1,000 shekel. And what he did to Avram with the 1,000 shekel, he did use them. He kept them. And when Sarah died, and he had to buy a place for her kevurah, he went to Shechem to Ephron, and he bought from Ephron the land for 400 shekel. And he paid with those shekalim that he could get from king of Egypt. Why he has to think when she's going to die, how to pay the place what she needs after she died. Second question that we'll have when we come to Parashat Toldot, that what will happen the same with Yitzchak, that's not what thing to eat in Eretz Israel. He wants also to go to Egypt, and Hashem stopped him. "No, you are not going to Egypt." And Rashi said he wanted to go to Egypt as his father. And Hashem stopped him, and he stayed in Eretz Israel, in the place where he had what to eat. So if it was a place in Eretz Israel with what to eat, Why Yitzchak wanted to go to Israel, to Egypt? And I forgot to say that the same question we have to ask on Avraham Avinu. When he hadn't what to eat in Israel, why he wanted to go to Egypt? Why he didn't go back from he came, that everybody knows him, and he's not going to have a problem. He knows that in Egypt it's dangerous. So why he went? Just another question that Gemara in the Masechet Shabbat says that the reason why Am Israel went to Egypt in the Galut in Egypt, because the brothers of Yosef who sold Yosef. And on the place Tosfot asked, no, the reason of Galut Mitzrayim is because Abraham didn't believe Hashem when he told him he's going to give him Israel, what we call it Zerat Ben Abetarim. So it was decided already in the time of Avraham Avinu that he's going to be a galut for the children of Avraham. So why the Gemara says it? Because the reason is because the brothers of Yosef sold him. We have a lot of other questions, but it's not necessary to ask them. We're going to say what one said. It's very important. We have to know what the Rizah said. Adam Rishon did a mistake. He wanted to go too quick to Hashem. He wanted to do something very good, but the result was wrong. And what happened? He made a mixture between the soul of Am Yisrael was inside in him. You have all the soul of all Am Yisrael was going to born was in Adam Rishon, and he took also in him all the soul of the Umotalam, of the Goyim, of other people. And he did a mixture. But this mixture wasn't okay, because it was the bad side of the soul of the Goyim was using the power of the good soul of the Jewish, and was doing a lot of problem, till Hashem said it's impossible to continue like that. So we have to repair the mistake. How? Adam Rishon has to come back to this world. What would happen? He came in reincarnation, it's three people. His neshama was separated in three parts, and one of the part of the soul of Adam Rishon came in Abraham, one of the part of the soul of Adam Rishon came in Yitzchak, and in Yaakov. It is the reason why you call them the Avot, fathers. Why? Because they were the reincarnation of Adam Rishon. So already when Adam Rishon did the mistake to make a mixture between the soul of Am Yisrael and the other soul, already Hashem decided it will be Galut, that the Galut is to separate the soul of the Kedusha, of the holy soul, from the other soul are not holy. Avraham Avinu, who was a Navi, was a Ruach HaKodesh, knew that he's the Gilgul, the reincarnation of Adam Rishon. He knew that he was the cause of the Galut of Mitzrayim. He wanted to repair. So he said to his wife, listen, we'll go to Mitzrayim, and if we're doing Galut for ourselves, it's going to stop the Galut Hashem decided for Am Yisrael. And we know that in Galut Mitzrayim, as Hashem said, then Am Yisrael will go, they will go with a lot of things. They will be rich. V'acharchen yetz'u b'rchush gadol. So Avraham wanted to make this the Galut Mitzrayim was not going to be. Went with his wife, and he knew that he was going to get present and will do reparation of the Galut Mitzrayim. Really, it's what would happen. But when after Hashem promised him to give him the Eretz, and he said, "Oh, I know that I'm going to get Eretz." So Hashem was very upset on him. He said, "Please, Yaakov, Avraham Avinu, I don't understand you. I tell you something, you don't believe me. On your Ruach HaKodesh, you believe it, and you went to make tikkunim to Egypt, and on my word, you don't believe. So the tikkun you did, it's not anymore a tikkun. You didn't repair nothing. It will be Galut Mitzrayim." Yitzchak, who know that, wanted also to repair the Galut Mitzrayim. For that, he wanted to go to Egypt. Hashem stopped him. He said, "No, I need your merit for the time of the Mashiach." So So after, it was the time, the Yaakov, with all what he did with Avodat Hashem, was so holy, he really, he did that, he's not going to be Golut Mitzrayim. But when his children saw Yosef, they put again back the Golut Mitzrayim in his place. This mistake, we paid a lot of this mistake. We have to learn from that in the life, to be very careful, to never doing mistake, and to know to listen to Hashem, and to be okay. And Be'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will send them the Geula b'mera b'yameinu. Amen.